I wanted him to have an extracurricular activity, and I thought that 4-H would be the best. And so when we talked about it, I gave him his choice between pigs and rabbits, and he chose pigs. So he's done 3 Fort Worth stock shows, he's done 1 San Antonio, he's done 3 state fairs, he's done 3 county shows, and then he's done several jackpot shows. Everybody is really helpful, whether it's working and showing him stuff or correcting or helping me help him, teach me, because I had never had pigs before. So teaching me and helping me learn so that I could teach him and work with him.
I mean, of course, working with William is different than anybody else. It's one of my favorite people to help. He's always got a smile on his face. It's just something about William that really lightens my day, lightens my mood.
About walking them.
Walking them, and then what do you do? Do you go in their pen all the time and sit with them and play with them?
Yes.
And what else do you do with them?
Build team castles.
He'll sit on the sand, and when the pigs are rooting, he'll root with them, and feeds them marshmallows.
Yes.
Lots of marshmallows. His pigs they're extremely docile because he spends so much time with them.
Big thing for William is attention to detail. William, whenever we first started working together, he didn't really understand what I was talking about. He didn't understand what I was wanting him to do. And then we'd get into the joking phase, we'd get into kind of shooting the breeze, joshing at each other. And that's where I learned really how to work with William. I took a totally different approach than I do with other kids. It was more of a joking sort of thing. We just kind of joked around about this and that, and then there were times where we were serious, and I really had to tell him, hey William, pay attention to me, you got to listen to this. But I mean, working with William is like I said, it's like working with no one else I've ever worked with. He's super funny. He is eager to learn.
I really feel like it's his responsibility to do everything from the watering to the feeding to hauling to understanding what we're feeding him, to clean him, to brush him. About the thing that I assist him with consistently and only is the clipping. But he stands there and he has to brush and he has to help and he has to hand me things. It's kind of like a partnership. So we're still working on the clipping. But it's very important for me because I think he needs to learn responsibility. I think he needs to learn independence. I think he needs to learn that he can do this. He might not be as fast, but that's very important to me, and so it's up to him to earn his spot. If he wins, he wins, and that's great, then he earned it, and if he doesn't, then he needs to work harder. And that's what we talk about.
The first time that he really won was at Dallas a couple years ago when he got 8th. And just seeing the smile on his face when he got the ribbon, it was something that was a big accomplishment in his life, big accomplishment in mine. And I don't know, it's just, I get choked up about it, but it's just something that really excites me, it makes me happy for someone like William to succeed like that.
When he does his thumbs up, or like he did when he made the scales at State Fair, and other times he'll turn around and he'll make a face or he'll wave at me and be all excited, and then all the people around me are just like clapping, because they're excited. I don't know these people, but I think some of the nicest things are that people have brought me to tears is like if he doesn't make the cut, say he gets pulled out of the Dead Sea and he's got to go. People clap for him. People like stand up and cheer and holler for him, and I'm like, they just accept him. It's just, I don't know. People's responses have made me cry before, in a happy way, when he leaves the ring, and he's smiling, and his face is from ear to ear, and his grin when he's handed that ribbon, and he's walking out, and I've broken down in tears before because of what people have done. We have a great black and white of somebody that was knuckling him when we were leaving the ring, when he was leaving the ring, and they were handing his ribbon and they were giving him a knuckle, and he was just as happy as he could be. It's his responsibility to look and choose the pig, and if he places, great, then he learns that he made good choices, and if he doesn't place, then he learns he has to do better next time. What do we look for? What do you look for when we're picking the pigs out at Mr. Roy's house? What do we look for? What do you like about them?
All the polite.
Oh, we look at the price. Yeah, got to be honest about that. But he also looks at the personality. Like, we'll be sitting there during an auction or something, and he'll like, Mom, that one's happy. Or, hey, Mom, that one's fun and running around. Or, Mom, that one's just standing there. So he really actually looks at the personality of the pig. And sometimes we'll talk about it. He'll pick one out, and maybe I'll think, no, not that one, so I'll have to talk about it. And I'll say, well, what about this? That doesn't look that great. And he'll be like, well, okay, all right, we'll wait for the next one. It's actually great. It's actually great time for him and us together. We travel well together, and he does all the work up until like right before we go into the ring, because it's really hard to keep him clean. So other than that, he does it. We have a really good time together. We do the pig. We meet a lot of people. We made a lot of great friends working at the stock shows and the state fairs. And it's just really memories that you just can't get anywhere else.
This is a Walton Webcasting production. Livestock like you've never seen before.